Assalamu alaikum, dear students of Tawjihi. You are welcome to English for Palestine, Unit 3, Period 4. Actually, in this lesson, we are talking about the past tenses, simple and perfect. Happy to be with you, teacher Maysoon and Nazli. Let's do some revision together first. Now, look at this sentence. I was listening to music at 4 p.m. yesterday. Now, where is the verb of this sentence? Yes, very good. It is was listening. Now, do you remember what is the tense of this verb? Yes, the tense here it is past continuous. Very good. It is past continuous. Now, the past continuous here, as you know, consists of was or were plus listening, if you still remember. And here, look at this diagram. Now, here, if you notice, here we have this area is for the past tense. Here we have the verb. The verb happens the first time, the second, and it is going on, as you notice here. So it is an action that was going on in the past. Okay, now let's move to the second one. We left the building 2 days ago. Where is the verb of the sentence? Here the verb it is left. Nice. It is left. Now, what is the tense of this verb? Left, it is in the second conjugation. It is verb 2. So, the tense here, it is past simple tense. And now let's look at this diagram. Look here, here we have the uh, area of the past tense. Here from the past till you reach the present. If you notice here, there is only one X. So this means that an action happened in the past and ended in the past. It is not going on like this one. It is not repeated like this one, like the previous one. Because of that, it is not continuous. It is simply, it is a completed action that happened in the past. It is not a continuous one. It happened and finished in the past. Now, let's have some questions correct. While, if you remember, we talked last time about while. If you remember, we said, while I, here we have the verb cook. Cook here, it is a verb should be in which tense after while? What comes? Yes, great, brilliant. Here it comes the past continuous tense. So here it is was cooking. After while, here we have the past continuous tense. So cook should be in the should have an ing, and here because we have I, we should add was. So the verb here it is was cooking. Now the phone, the second one, the phone or the second verb, the phone here it is rang. So it is past simple. So while is a connector. أداة ربط is a connector that connects two sentences. جملتين. The first one, I was cooking, and the verb here it is past continuous. The second one, the phone rang, so the verb here it is past simple. Look at the diagram. Here we are talking about two verbs, shorter action and a longer action. Which one do you think is the shorter? Yes, it is rang. And the longer one it is was cooking. So here we have, let's speak about the past progressive and the past simple. Here we have, when we in this sentence we are talking about a shorter action, حدث أقصر, that interrupts يقاطع a longer action. So rang here, which is the shorter one, interrupts the longer one, which is was cooking. Look at the diagram. Now here we have the past tense. Here we have cooking or was cooking. Here, if you notice, it is this red area. Here we have this verb, it is a very long one. While rang here, بينما rang, it's a shorter one. It is a completed action. If you notice here, it is a completed action that interrupts a longer one. Now, let's move to the second one. I read a book when the phone space. Here we have rang. Now, which do you think is the longer one? The longer one here, it is, yes, it is read. So it is going to be was reading because it is a longer action. Because it is a longer action, it should be past continuous. Let's look at the second one. It is rang. Rang, it is a shorter one, so it should be in the past simple. Here we have the same idea here of the first sentence, a longer action and the shorter one. The longer action, it is in the past continuous. The shorter one, it is in the past simple. So here we have this diagram. The past continuous, it is an action that is going on like that in this zigzag خط هذا المتعرج. It means continuous يعني الزمن المستمر. So it is the longer one, and this X, it is rang, which means that it is an action that happened and completed. It is not repeated. لم يتم تكراره because it is completed. Let's move to the coming one. When the teacher, here we have ask and here we have answer. Do you think that there is a longer action here? Can ask be a longer one? Can answer be a longer one? Of course not. Both of the verbs, ask and answer, both of them are in the past simple tense because they are short actions. Please go back to the previous video. You'll find a detailed explanation of this point if you don't understand it very well. Now, let's introduce a new thing. Look at these two pictures. Now here we have those students, they are at a school. It is clear that they are together at a school. And this boy, he is awake or he is getting up or something like that. Okay, now the students came to school, and here this boy, he got up early. If you notice here, it is came, it is verb 2, so it is in the past, and here it is got up, it is verb 2, so it is in the past, so we are talking about past tense. Now, which do you think happened first? Which happened first? The students came to school or they got up early? Of course, the one which happened first, it is got up early. The second one, that they came to school. Now, look what is going to happen with this verb. Number one, here it should be had got up. And number two, sorry, and the first one had got up. If you notice here, it is in the past perfect tense because it happened first, because it is number one. And here we have the form of the past perfect. The form of the past perfect is just had plus verb 3. That's it. Okay, let's now go back to the second action. The second action, it is came. Came here, it is verb 2. So the tense here, it is the past simple tense. So if we have two verbs that happened in the past. Now, the first one, it should be in the past perfect, like this one. The second one, it is and the past simple. Okay, as it is clear in the diagram. The first one, which is a got up, should be had got up because it is number one. It is past perfect. The second one, it is just came. It is in the past simple tense. Let's move to, of course, here we are talking about the past perfect tense. The past perfect tense, it is a tense that happened before another one. Okay, look at these two pictures. It is clear that here we have a boy and here we have keys. Now, the boy left home and here we have someone who forgot the keys. نسي مفاتيح. Now, what do you think happened first? The boy, he forgot the keys first or left home? Of course, he forgot the keys first. Inside, he left them inside the home and then he left. نسيهم أولا ثم غادر المنزل. So the second one, it is left home. Now, which do you think should be in the past perfect? Yes, great. The first one should be in the past perfect. So what is the past perfect from forgot? Yes, here we have had, and here we have verb 3 from this verb, which is forgotten. Now, and here we have left. Left, here it is the second action, so it is in the past simple tense. Now, here we have this diagram. Here we are talking about the past perfect. The past perfect tense, of course, it is the one which happened first. It is the first one. The second one, it is the past simple. So, past perfect is an action, حدث, occurred, ظهر before another event in the past. يعني كلاهما حدث في فترة أو في الفترة الزمنية الماضية، ولكن أحدهما سبق الآخر. أحدهما كان رقمه الأول، ولذلك الأول دائما في the tense here it is past perfect. Here we have another example. Here we have two verbs, break and arrive. Now, which do you think happened first? Of course, someone broke the door. Then this man, here we have the verb arrive. Now, the first thing that which happened is break. The second one is arrive. So here we have they had broken the door because it is number one. So break becomes had here and verb 3 it is broken, while the second one it is arrived. Of course, girls, here we are talking about the past tense or the past period, the past time. In the past tense or in the past time, two verbs happened. This is number one and this is number two. This one happened first. Because of that, it is past perfect. So break here, it becomes had broken. And arrive, it is arrived because it is in the past simple tense. Clear? Let's now move to the coming slide. Let's introduce these sentences together. Of course, here after it is a connector. After I had cleaned the room, I went for a picnic. Now, which one happened first? Of course, it is had cleaned the room. Because of that, it is in the, yes, which tense is this? It is past perfect. Good. I went for a picnic. Went here, it is verb 2 from go. So it is past simple. So after here, it connects two sentences. The first one in the past perfect, or the verb is in the past perfect, and the second one, it is in the past simple tense. Number 2, she bought a nice dress. before she had attended the party. Now, which verb is number one? Very good. It is had attended. Because of that, it is in the past perfect. And the second one here, it is the one which happened after that or takes number two, it is bought. Bought is the verb to from buy. Buy, bought, bought بمعنى يشتري. Let's move to the third one. Here we have the connector, it is until. Here we are talking about until. Now, until here is followed by the past perfect, okay, because it is the action that happened first, had given, and before it should have this form of the verb. It is the negative in the past, so it is didn't, and here we have speak. Now let's move to the examples of the book. Some guests left when Samir arrived. Here we have two verbs, two actions, left and arrived. Now these two actions, if you notice, both of them are in the past simple tense. So they happened in the past and they are completed in the past. They are past actions. Now, past simple verbs. How do you know that they are past simple? Left is verb to from leave, and arrived is verb to from arrive. Now, B. Some guests were leaving when Samir arrived. Now, we have this verb, it is were leaving. What is the tense here? Yes, try. Yes, here we have ing, and here we have where. So it is the tense here, it is past continuous tense. Good. And here we have when Samir arrived. Arrived here, it is again verb to, so it is past simple tense. Now see, some guests. What's the meaning of guests? Yes, ضيوف. تمام. Had left. Now, what is the tense here? We have had. Had. Here we have had plus verb 3. Do you remember what we explained in the previous slides؟ شرحنا بالشرائح السابقة. Had left. What is the tense here? Yes. Yes. Good. It is past perfect because we have had plus verb 3. And here again, arrived, it is in the past simple tense. Now, Samir was perhaps late, so they were or there were some people he didn't meet. لم يلتقوا أبدا. Which one do you think? Is it A, B, or C? Of course, it is C, because they had left first. هم تغادروا في الأول وانتهى حدث انتهى قبل حدوث الحدث الثاني لأنه had left number one because it is past perfect. It started and ended. Then came the second action which is arrived, so which is in the past simple. So when Samir arrived, he didn't meet or he didn't see them because they had left. Now, let's see the second one. At the door, Samir met people leaving the party. They were leaving the party, so it is B. He met them. They were leaving, then he arrived, so they met. Now, the third one, it is of course A. Some people were perhaps waiting for Samir to arrive before leaving. يعني كانوا بيستنوه لما إجا شافوه سلم عليه روحوا. They left because they didn't want to talk, or they left because they didn't want to talk to him. أو عندما رأوه على طول حملوا حالهم وغادروا لأنهم لا يريدون التحدث معه. Okay, let's move to the coming one. Here we are answering some important questions together. Rewrite the sentences as single sentences, changing the tense of the verb and order of the events if necessary. Use the words or perhaps in here order, it means ترتيب. Use the words or phrase in brackets to join the sentences. Here we need to join the two sentences with when. I left the key inside the house. I got home in the evening and realized the problem. Now, here we have an example. Now, which one happened first? If you remember, is it I left the key inside the house or I got home in the evening? Of course, left the key inside the house. ترك المفتاح في البيت وخرج. طبعا ترك المفتاح في البيت أولا ثم خرج وغادر البيت. بعد ذلك عاد إلى البيت وأدرك المشكلة إنه هو نسي المفتاح في الداخل، يعني لم يأخذه معه. So when I got home in the evening I realized أدركت that I had left the key. I had left the key. Why is it here I had left the key? Because it is the first action that happened. Okay, now let's move to the second one. The bell rang. So here we have rang. It is in the past simple tense rang. It is the second conjugation from ring. It is the verb to from ring. Everyone stopped working. الجميع stopped working. توقفوا عن العمل and left the building وغادروا المبنى. Here we need to use as soon as بمجرد أن. Of course here there is no ordering for the verbs. Here لا يوجد مجال أن نقول الفعل الأول والفعل الثاني. هنا أحداث متزامنة حدثت في نفس الوقت بمجرد أن. As soon as the bell rang, everyone stopped working and left. If you notice here we have with as soon as بمجرد أن لا يوجد داعي لترتيب الأحداث. هنا أشياء حدثت متزامنة في نفس الوقت. As soon as the bell rang, everyone stopped. If you notice here we have stopped. It is the second conjugation, verb to, and here we have left. It is verb to. So here we have rang, stopped, and left. All of them are in verb to. It is past simple tense. Let's move to the sentence number 3. He rang me. It was in the middle of watching my favorite TV program. Here we are using while. If you remember the rule of while should be followed by the past continuous. Where is the continuous? It is here. He rang me while I was in the middle of watching my favorite program. Here we have while I was in the middle of watching my favorite program. Here we can write this in the middle of, or we can dismiss it. ممكن نكتبها in the middle of or أو نتخلى عنها نتركها لا نكتبها. Okay, so here while is followed by past continuous, girls. The other sentence should remain in the past simple. تربط جملتين يتبعها مباشرة past continuous والفعل الآخر past simple. Number 4. His colleagues came to collect him. He was in the middle of eating his breakfast. Here we have when. لا أدري هل تتذكروا أم لا. هنا when عندما تكلمنا عنها قلنا أنه ما يهم when هو الفعل الطويل والفعل القصير، لا يهمها المكان. إذن الفعل الطويل في هذه الجملة he was in the middle of eating his breakfast or came to collect him. Which is a shorter action? Which one is a longer action? Of course here came is the shorter action, and here in the middle of eating or was eating, here it is the longer action. So when his colleagues came to collect him, he was in the middle of eating his breakfast. Of course girls, أكيد رح يكون الحل صح أيضا عندما نقول his colleagues came to collect him when he was in the middle of eating his breakfast. when لا تتبع قاعدة أبدا. ما يهم مع when هو أن تحدد الفعل الطويل والفعل القصير فقط. Let's move to the last one. It is number 5. I spent a long time studying this subject. قضيت وقتا طويلا في دراسة هذا الموضوع. I passed the exam easily. Now, which one happened first? هل أنا نجحت أولا أم قضيت وقتا طويلا في الدراسة؟ Here we need to use because. Because there is no rule. فيش قاعدة لا because here. Here we depend on the meaning. المعنى هو الذي نتحكم أو يتحكم فينا. عندما نقول I spent a long time studying this subject قضيت وقتا طويلا في دراسة هذا الموضوع لأني نجحت الامتحان أو أنا نجحت في الامتحان بسهولة لأنني قضيت وقتا طويلا. Of course here what happened is that we بنعكس الجملتين، نعكس المكان للجملتين. لماذا؟ لكي يستقيم المعنى. أوكي؟ لأنه I passed the exam easily نجحت في الامتحان بسهولة لأنني قضيت وقتا طويلا في الدراسة. منطقي. أوكي؟ طيب here we haven't finished yet. لسه ما خلصنا because here there is an order for the actions. Now which happened first? I passed the exam easily or spent a long time studying this subject. Of course it is spent a long time. واحد بدرس أول بعدين بنجح. الحدثين غير متزامنين لذلك يوجد ترتيب الأحداث. Which one happened first? Spent a long time studying or passed the exam? Of course it is spent a long time studying because of that it should be in the past perfect tense and here it is had spent. Okay, I passed the exam easily because I had spent a long time studying this subject. Okay, let's move to the coming one. Here we have some examples. One day I noticed that the bananas I had bought about a week before were going brown. Now, which one happened first of these three actions? Yes, it is had bought. Which one is the second action? It is noticed. So the first one it is past perfect and the second one past simple as we agreed. كما اتفقنا دائما الفعل الأول it is had bought. The second one it is noticed. Because of that had bought past perfect noticed it is past simple. Now if you notice this one which is repeated here التعرج في الخط دليل على أنه تمت إعادته أكثر من مرة because of that it is continuous. Which one is the continuous? It is where going. It is C and it is where going. Let's move to the sentence B. Now where is the first one? It is had kept. Why? Because it happened first. Because of that it is past perfect and the second one it is mentioned. It is the second action. Because of that it is past simple tense. What about this line which is like a zigzag? إذا ملاحظة عندك الخط متعرج. Okay, because it is like that because it is a repeated action. Repeated يعني تمت إعادته أكثر من مرة لأنه مستمر. So here it is was talking. Okay, now let's move to the coming one. Complete sentences with correct tenses of the verbs in brackets بده past simple, past continuous or past perfect. Now here we have while. Do you remember what comes after while? What is the tense, girls? While here we have a rule. هنالك قاعدة. While we, yes, what comes after it? Yes, it is past continuous. So here it should be here talk. It is talking. What comes after we? Was or were? It is were. Because of that, while we were talking. She, the second one, the shorter action here, it is mentioned. It is in the past simple tense. Number 2, he got wet during his walk because got wet يعني تبلل during his walk خلال المشي. Now, because it, here we have the verb rain. طبعا الإنسان لن يتبلل إلا إذا كانت تشتي لفترة طويلة، تمطر الدنيا لفترة طويلة. Because of that, it is this one rain, it is a longer action. It is the longer action. Because of that, it should be it here طبعا of course raining, and it was or were of course here it is was. So here it was raining. He got wet during his walk because it was raining. لو لم يكن فعل طويل يا طالباتي أكيد إنه لن يتبلل. But here he got wet, okay, during his walk. And here we have the verb forget, to take an umbrella. What do you think? Is there order for the actions here or not? في ترتيب الأحداث؟ أكيد. Yes, here we have an order. So here it is what? He had forgotten to take an umbrella. هنا تماما كالمفتاح. نسيهم في المنزل ثم خرج. نسي أولا ثم خرج. Okay, number 3, the day before. Of course here before it is not a connector. هنا مش أداة ربط ولكن هي تأتي هنا لترتيب الأحداث. The day before, so day before it is number 1. Here we have the verb promise. It should be had promised upon him. So I gave him a quick call while. Here we have while. What comes after while, if you remember? What comes after while? After while comes the past continuous tense. Here we have the verb have. So have should be having. What comes after I? Was or were? It is was. So it is was having. Number 4. When I went in, عندما دخلت. Everyone here it is was laughing. Why? عندما دخلت كان الجميع يضحكون. لماذا was laughing girls? Because here من معنى الجملة عندما دخلت كانوا يضحكون. ولكن لو أنا جاوبتها وقلت إنه when I went in everyone laughed، عندما دخلت ضحك الجميع، هذا يعني أنهم ضحكوا علي. ولكن لا يوجد في الجملة ما يشير إلى ذلك. When I went in everyone was laughing. Probably because someone, here we have tell a joke. هل هم كانوا يضحكون قبل النكتة أو بعد النكتة؟ بعد. إذا قبل النكتة هو الحدث الأول، قبل الضحك هو الحدث الأول. لذلك يعني هم someone had just told them a joke. في الأول أخبرهم النكتة، لذلك كانت الحدث الأول. ثم was laughing كانت الحدث الثاني، ولكنه كان فعلا ممتدا longer action. Number 5. I thought the dog. Space because it فراغ someone outside. Now الكلب كان مستمرا في النباح ولذلك لا أستطيع أن أحل هذه الجملة I thought the dog barked. لماذا؟ لأنه نبح لفترة طويلة لدرجة أنه أثار انتباهي. So I thought the dog was barking. نبح لفترة طويلة. لو نبح مرة أو مرتين كان أنا لم أنتبه إلى نباحه، ولكنه نبح لفترة طويلة. Was barking. It is a longer action because it had heard someone outside. Now which one happened first? ما الحدث؟ طبعا it هي تعود على الكلب. it تعود على الكلب لأنه الكلب had heard سمع. ما هو الحدث الأول؟ هل هو سمع someone outside شخصا ما في الخارج أم نبح أولا؟ أكيد إنه سمع شخص في الخارج ولذلك هو نبح. But there was nobody there. Okay? I hope my students that you got the benefit you wanted from this lesson. And I hope that I explained it in a good way that you liked it. Till we meet again, goodbye. If you need any questions, if you need anything, please contact me through the WhatsApp or the classroom. Goodbye.